everybody. Happy holidays. So we're honored to be joined by Michelle Parrotta today from Closing Management LLC. We're really proud to be affiliated with her team. So today it's kind of an inside joke with the Burgio Sousa Group that we love calling Michelle Parrotta the Shark. So she's our team shark. And in honor of the holidays, we really want to present this small token of our appreciation to Michelle Parrotta, the Shark. So here you go.
Thank
Here's
you,
your
guys.
trophy.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
I love it. It's a smiling shark.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm the girl shark.
And I'm sorry I couldn't find anything without a tie, but we'll color it in.
I'm gonna put a little scarf on it.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
So we had Michelle here today to talk about estate sales, something we deal with a lot in real estate, and we just wanted to get some clarification from a professional attorney. So, Michelle, tell us what an estate sale is. Exactly.
So there are two types of estate sales. Anytime a person who has owned a property has passed, you'll have to deal with that kind of listing differently. So you'll have an estate sale where the person who passed either has a will or does not have a will. And the difference is not much when it comes to probating, because sometimes an owner will think that they don't have to go to probate at all times. And the simple answer is a property must be probated. So that goes into how we can help you as agents ask the right questions and then do your diligence.
And that leads me to my next question is, what should we be doing as listing agents to prepare for a listing that's going to be an estate type listing?
I think you do a lot now, and it's not going to change. You might have a couple other steps.
Yep.
So when an agent goes into the either the assessor's office, the tax collector's office, or the town clerk's office, you're going to be pulling deeds or cards. You're going to pull the proper title to the property.
Sure.
And when you see that a person has died, and you may not always know, you got to prompt the right questions to your seller, and when they died and where they died. And they may think that if it were years previous, that things are taken care of, either by a family member or that time has passed, so they don't need to do it. So you've got to get your normal documents, and then you've got to get a death certificate. Totally needed so you can tell. The town that the property is located in may not be the town that the probate court handles the matter. So that's important. Death certificate will tell you the time of death and the place.
Okay.
You know the property address.
Okay.
The second thing is you're going to ask a seller whether they're an executor or not. They may not know.
Okay.
And if they have a will, you really should have them make sure that they get a copy, and it will eventually needs to go to their lawyer. If they will share that will with you, it's another way to look and make sure that you're talking to the right person with authority who can execute your listing agreement.
Sure, which is obviously very important.
And one more document at that initial stage is, do they have a power of attorney? And again, a seller will say, oh yeah, I've got a power of attorney that mom executed, and you'll look at it, or we'll get it late in the process, and it will be dated years previous. Or they'll be missing a witness, or they never got a notary take it, and that causes an issue down the road if we don't address it. The sooner we deal with it, the better.
I see. So that kind of leads into my final question, which is, what should sellers be doing to prepare for estates? But that kind of answers that question a little bit. But if you want to elaborate on that.
I think that sellers, you're going to handle a little bit of the education with them, and you're going to ask who their lawyer is. Do they have an estate and probate lawyer?
Okay.
You know, people may not want to spend the money. Somebody else might have, but it is part of getting prepped for the sale of the property. And I think it's really important to do it right away. The last thing I'm going to say is ask them if they've filed anything with the probate court before you list it. And if they did, you want to see the document. If they didn't, we can prepare from there.
Okay.
We just don't want to get too far in the listing without looking at least the authority documents, which would be the will, no will, or the power of attorney.
Okay. That's really good to know.
And from a listing perspective, we always want to have on the listing that it's subject to probate court approval. Is that correct?
Always subject to the probate court approval, and getting also what's called a certificate of no tax. A seller's lawyer will get into some of that detail. You don't have to worry about it getting it yourself, obviously, as
Sure.
the listing agreement. The seller has to get it, and if they're doing probate themselves, you really want to know that, and you really want to talk to the real estate lawyer, whoever it may be, to make sure that somebody has picked up that ball, because they'll think they went to probate court and they've done all that's needed. At the end of the day, the most important thing we do as the closing attorney is get the releases. No different than a release of mortgage, we have to clear title, and the requirement for every estate is to get what's called a certificate of no tax, which shows that the estate does not owe any money to the state or federal government.
Okay.
And that's a lawyer responsibility, but it's something that sellers just don't understand.
Yes. And Michelle, let me ask you, with COVID-19 right now, is this process slowing down a lot? Proceeding the same way, or?
It's a good question. It's definitely proceeding the same way. Some towns are a lot better than others.
Yeah.
West Hartford's pretty responsive. Simsbury's responsive. It really depends. A little slower, I would
A little
say,
bit slower.
Okay.
but definitely moving along.
Okay.
The clerks do all the work. You don't have to talk to the judge. They'll get the judge to sign things. Obviously, the more we know the clerks in the different offices,
Yeah.
and the smoother it works, and you get a lot further with honey than you do with
Very
vinegar.
good. Absolutely. So, thank you very much for all the information. For all your real estate related questions, legal questions, contact Michelle Parrotta at Closing Management. And obviously, for all your real estate questions, contact the Burgio Sousa Group. We hope you have a great
Thank you.
holiday season.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
joining
much,
us.
Thanks
Michelle.
a lot,
Thank you
guys.
very much. Thank you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye.